So I apologise for the backstory with this line, but basically when I was younger I learned how to play the clarinet before I did the saxophone, and I learned from a book called Team Woodwind, which I'm sure many of you have seen, possibly used. Right at the back of the book the blues scale was written, but the second degree of the scale, so say for example you were in D and then E was written as a note with brackets around it. And when I was taught, I remember asking the teacher, why is that note, why does it appear like that? And he said it's because, just ignore it basically, because you don't need to use it in the scale. So when I was playing D blues, I was going D, F, G, A flat, A, C, D, and I always thought, well, that note E, you should never really touch. It wasn't until years later, and it really was a case of years later, that I started to really kind of appreciate that tone and that colour of that note, the ninth or the second if you like, if you find it easier to think of it that way, the colour that that note brought. So what I'm doing in that example at the start is I'm in A minor, but I'm actually using A Dorian. So what I've got is, if you imagine G major scale, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, it's that exact same scale, but starting on the A. A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A. What I'm now doing is I'm using a little bit of the blues scale, A blues. What I'm also doing now is I'm using that ninth degree, or the second note, so A, B, and I'm using it to create major seventh arpeggios, the first one being C major 7. But because I'm using the Dorian mode, I've also got the F sharp, which I can use to create G major 7 as well. So between the three things there, I'm using G major 7 arpeggio, C major 7 arpeggio, I'm using A blues scale, and I'm also using chromatics to run. So say for example the B can chromatically run down to that F sharp and you get quite a nice effect. But being chromatic notes, you can add them between any of the notes really, and anywhere that you feel that they might add a nice bit of colour.